Hey YouTube, coming at you with another Great League team. This one is built around the Swampert A9 core, and this core is very, very popular. It was used a lot in like the Pokemon Go championships, the Pick 6 or Show 6, Pick 3 regionals and championships, because Swampert and Ninetales just cover each other's weaknesses so well, right? Just think of the main core of Lantern and Noctowl. Swampert will take care of Lantern, A9 will take care of Noctowl. Metasham both can kind of deal with. Registeel, you got Swampert. Like Trevenant, you got Ninetales. They work so well. So it's basically pick those two plus a save swap. I still use Sableye in this because if you have like a Trevenant lead, you don't want to go A9 right away because you can get like super hard walled with like Registeel or Bastiodon with A9. So you still need a save swap that can also deal with Trevenant. So that is why I pick Sableye. Again, you don't need to pick Sableye. Any sort of thing that will do well against Trevenant but also be okay. So Drapion is another one that you can use instead. Again, Lickitung has a little bit of problems with Noctowl, but like Lickitung is not the worst case scenario either. So those are options. Let's look at some battles, because this one right off the bat is one where I lose a lead here, and this is why Sableye is still like a decent save swap. So Sableye into the save swap, immediately answer with Bastiodon. So if for those of you who haven't played this matchup before, you can win the 2 shield if you want. These foul plays and Shadow Claws add up a lot. You obviously have shield, you're going to lose in lead 0, probably in the 1-2. But I get this down, so now I can go either way. So what I think this team is probably something to the extent of like Trevenant, Bastiodon, Galarian Stunfisk or something. So if I wanted to, I think I could really align well here. The thing with Shadow Swampert is Shadow Swampert with a shield advantage, it only takes 2 Hydro Cannons to take out a Trevenant. So I'm not too worried about that. So I got both shields. I'm going to let this go, because now it's just farm down range for Swampert. So I'm going to come out with a bunch of energy. I expect the Trevenant to come in. I'll come in with A9 because then I'll figure out on the back end how long I need to worry about this. And it's a G-Fisk, right? So fairly common lineup. Good news is G-Fisk will chip a lot with these Weather Balls. This is why I kind of like running Powder Snow Weather Ball. Just more coverage overall. You're not hard walled here. You're not hard walled against. Steel is still an issue, but against like plus you're using this to deal with grass, right? So you can't use this to take out like a Shadow Vic if it's half poison, or like a Venusaur that's half poison, right? So hit with that, that's fine. So now I just want to make sure I can basically just get to 2 Hydro Cannons. So charging up to almost 100, not going to take any damage here. And now I can very easily get to 2 Hydro Cannons before they get to 2 Grass Knots here. So back to back here, we'll take this out with ease. I think they get 1 off, but I have a shield. So that is how you overcome what is basically a hard counter team with this team. All 3, again, it's always how I always say, like, all 3 of these have play. Well, like, there's very, very few Pokemon in the top like 100 that don't have play in this meta, right? It's just what does it have play against? I like Swampert overall because I think Swampert, again, its only weakness is grass, right? So outside of grass, it really has play against everything. This matchup, I just gotta stay. Again, if I don't have a bad matchup, I'm staying, because the back 2 kind of work well together overall, right? You have your main problems with Sableye is going to be Dark, which you have A9 for. Your main problems are A9 is going to be Steel, which Sableye does fine against the Steels. Able to go back-to-back Earthquakes here, which is great. At this point, I'm up a shield, and it's so low, and I'm like, you know what? I can just Shadow Claw this all the way down. So I come in here, I'll have to shield once, that's fine. But coming out with energy on Sableye is huge, and they know it too. So they come in here. I'm just going to chip this and then come in with my A9, because the foul plays will be resisted and they have to throw the return. And I think they're at the return, so I do shield this up, and now it's just getting ahead on energy. And if I remember, this is where A9 sweeps, because I think they're weak in the back to this. And the Azumarill has already dumped its energy. So I'm going to very easily get to these weather balls, take this out. I think they shield. I don't know why they shield. I think it's a Noctowl in the back. I don't like this shield, like save the shield for Noctowl to at least get chip damage off, but now take this out, and I think the Noctowl's now shields down in a bad spot. So I think if they just like let this go. Oh, it's Altaria, right? Even worse, because now you're 2 times weaker with the dragon instead of just 1. Mew on the lead. I remember shielding this because problem with Mew is Mew has like 30 moves you can use. Check my video out from Saturday or Sunday. I did Saturday or Sunday was Mew. The other one was Beedrill. So check those out. Mew can have like 30 moves. Most use Surf and Wild Charge, so that would have been resisted, which is fine. Again, I'm just going to stay in here because Hydro Cannons do a ton of damage. So even though they're loading up a lot, like they are going to need to throw because I think it's just so spammy. Swampert, I love using Swampert. It's no surprise. It's been so strong since season 1 and it's showing its strength here. Do you need to use the Shadow? So here's the trade-off between Shadow and non-Shadow since I've used this a million times over the past like 5 years. How long have I been playing this game? 2018. End of 2018. So 4.5 years I've been doing this. When does Swampert get its community day? I mean, I have it, so it had to be after that. But I don't think it was a lot after, quite honestly. Difference between Shadow versus non-Shadow. Shadow, 2 Hydro Cannons take out Trevenant. 2 Hydro Cannons take out Noctowl. The con of it is that 2 Surfs from Lantern take you out, as opposed to the non-Shadow, which it would take 3 Surfs to take you out, but then you would not be able to take out Trevenant or Noctowl and 2 Hydro Cannons. It would take 3. So that is your trade-off. That is why I just kind of like using this Shadow. Again, it's so glassy already. Let's just get that extra damage here on Great League. And Sableye is sweeping here. A9, Charm or Powder Snow. Again, depends your team build. I think both have play in this meta. Just depends what you want to do. Again, the problem with Noctowl Lantern is you're better running Charm with against Lantern, obviously. But you're obviously better running Powder Snow against Noctowl. So that's the trade-off there. The thing is, like, the ice, your main weakness, you're bad against both, right? Steals. I mean, it's a little better against Galarian Stunfisk because it's half ground, so that at least neutralizes the ice, as opposed to just Charm, which is resisted. But like Registeel, Bastiodon, there's just nothing you can really do with this Pokemon, which is why you need to pair it with Swampert, and that's why it's such a good pairing. I think Charm probably sims better, given that let's just sim it. The problem is like simming in the 1 shield is kind of lame because we know how strong Charm is, right? So let's just go Great League meta. We'll go Ninetales with Powder Snow, and we go Ninetales with Charm. Throw on Psyshock because it takes way too long to get to that. And you actually win 2 more with Powder Snow than you do with Charm. Thank you, PVPoke, because below it says the difference. So with Charm, you pick up Azumarill, Dunsparce, Jellicent, Walrein, both Walreins, and Toxicroak. So it makes sense. You're picking up all those water Pokemon that would otherwise resist you. You are now losing Cofagrigus, Diggersby. You're losing a Ninetales. I feel like that's bait dependent. Noctowl, Swampert, Trevenant, Venusaur, Vic, right? Which I just said. Anything that's half poison grass is going to resist the Charms as opposed to doing super effective. So now that's a lot of losses. And Noctowl, right? So that's kind of your trade-off. I prefer using Powder Snow. Like, I hate running Charm. Plus, Charm got nerfed, so I think that makes it a little bit worse. So that is why I use Charm and Sableye. I was supposed to say, I've done a million videos on Kanto Ninetales, but I think Sableye and Swampert are probably 2nd and 3rd. Sableye is just a beast. I don't care that Noctowl's out there. Outside of Noctowl, and I guess like Darks cause it a problem, and normal typing, but obviously has its weaknesses, but man, does it have its strengths as well. So love still using Sableye as a safe swap. Doesn't matter if Noctowl is everywhere or not. Again, Drapion, Lickitung. I'm pretty sure they also give recommendations as similar Pokemon here. If you do not have an XL, similar Pokemon. Oh no, that's suggested teammates. Oh no, similar Pokemon. Trevenant, Runerigus, Scrafty, Cofagrigus, Gengar, Haunter, Umbreon. Right. So I don't think, I think, excuse the banging. I think the kids are upstairs banging around. I think Trevenant is basically like a Sableye, except it can't be used as a safe swap because it just gets walled by Noctowl. Cofagrigus, same sort of thing. I like Cofagrigus, but you need to use that on the lead because you cannot use it as a safe swap because it just gets walled by Darks. And then Gengar, Haunter, too glassy in the Great League in my opinion. Umbreon is an interesting one because Umbreon, I still think Umbreon has a lot of play in this league. You're going to pick up obviously a ton of other weaknesses like Metachamp and stuff like that. And you do slightly worse against like Registeel and stuff. Yeah, so you pick up like the fighting weaknesses with like Scrafty and Obstagoon and stuff like that. But you still kind of hang in there with everything else that you would want to hang in there with, right? Bastiodon, Altaria, Galarian Stunfisk, and you beat Swampert, you beat Lantern, you beat Noctowl, right? So I think Umbreon is a pretty nice option as a safe swap if you don't have Sableye. And I think it basically works for this team as well because it's an answer to Trevenant, which Swampert is weak to. It's a decent safe swap. You pick up a little fighting weakness, but nothing else is weak to fighting here. And it covers your Noctowl and Lantern. And it does okay against steals, right? So I don't hate Umbreon instead here. They shield. Doesn't matter. I'm going to take this matchup because I'm going to out-spam this anyways. I don't know what exactly they're at. I think I throw here because I think they're close to the Sky Attack, but I do not know because I think after almost 31,000 GBL games plus tournaments plus everything else that I would know the count by now, but do not. I think this game, I just hard counted them, but my opponent played really, really well here to try and get out of this. Because they know they just have to get up here. I believe I call a bait in one of these to help me win here because I'm going to have Swampert come in. I think I call the bait here because an Earthquake is basically going to one-shot me. But I'm pretty sure they go Rocks. Yeah, I call the bait. And then out comes the Trevenant. So this isn't, I was about to say, this is not a comfortable matchup here by any means necessary. I do think I shield this and I think they Shadow Ball. So I think I just kind of got lucky with both calling the bait and shielding properly there to be able to take what should have otherwise been a pretty easy matchup. But that is a team. That's my thoughts on the Pokemon. That's thoughts on the core. Again, options instead of Sableye in the middle if you want to run this core. I'm pretty sure there's other content creators who have put out this core before. So if you need to check out other options, I'm sure they have them out there. Anyways, that is it. We'll keep it going. I'm using... I don't know. I'm filming this in advance. I forget what my team I'm using now is. I tried Drapion again with Bastiodon and Frostlass, and I went like 1 and 3, and I can't with Drapion. I've tried so many times to make it work. I cannot make it work. I think if I didn't have the Shadow version, it would be better. But I think the Shadow really limits Great League, in my opinion. Yeah, we'll see what else I can come up with to showcase tomorrow. And then there is going to be a league turnover on Wednesday. And let's just look ahead here to see what exactly we are turning over to. I guess I need to start pushing to Legend. No, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 weeks, but the last 2 are garbage weeks. Remember that if you want to push to Legend, because the last week is a Catch Cup and Master League, and the second last week is a Master League and a Little Cup. So keep that in mind. Next week is Great League again, right? So that's good. I can get ahead of Great League videos. And Weather Cup Ultra League Edition. Weather Cup Ultra League Edition. So fire, water, ice, and rock in the Ultra League. So I'll have to think about that, and I'll have to see. They actually are it already. Lots of XLs dominating this meta. Credilli, Jellicent, Ludicolo, Lantern, Abomasnow. So a bunch of XLs dominating. Swampert, of course, is up there. And then you're getting to legendaries. Regice, Tapu Fini, Regirock. More XLs in Tentacruel and Slowbro and Slowking. Well, with Slowbro and Slowking, you should probably have them for their community day. And then XL Pelipper, XL Politoed, XL Poliwrath. Okay, so that's an interesting meta. I gotta believe I'll do it once and then go back to Great League, is my guess. Anyways, that is it. Appreciate you watching, the thumbs up and comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.